Right, so I just wanted to jump on and just make this video just sort of something I've seen in the industry space and stuff that's just winding me up. PIFs, and everyone sort of singing praises of PIFs, why I think they're so good, they're so amazing, the be all and end all. PIFs suck. Now, with that being said, there's some ways that it can work for some people, but the way that most agency owners who are in the agency space use PIFs is completely wrong. So I just want to just dive into that, why they suck, and a much better way to use it, or the way that you can use it without messing up. So just super quick bit of background on me, so you know I'm just full of shit. I've got nearly a decade worth of experience in business, from e-com and e-com branding, 1.5 million a year, property management, web design, SaaS. At the minute, I'm running a agency doing $100,000 per month across sort of 50, 55 clinics. That's split between retainers and cash bonuses for sort of targets that we hit. Zero PIFs, so it's 100K per month without PIFs. Now, like I said, I just want to run through PIFs, like I said, how they can be good, why most people use them to suck, and then a better alternative that you guys can use. So most people use PIFs, they're a crutch for a business, right? So obviously you get a big lump sum of money at the beginning, whether it's 3K, 6K, 10K, 15K, whatever you're sort of selling that person on the phone, right? Now, most people end up with high dispute rate, refund rates, because all they're caring about is that front end cash, that front end revenue, and that revenue number in the bank. The thing is though, PIF versus MRR is a lot more stable, it's a lot more scalable, and you're actually going out to earn your money each month. People who PIF and agencies that PIF, I have nothing wrong with it. The issue I have with it is when there is no MRR and everything is PIFable. Because if you PIF and you do 30 grand this month on PIFs, you upsell 6 people, whatever, 5 grand a pop, looks great on paper. Next month, if you don't PIF anyone, you're done, you're toasted. You're getting any money come through the door. And in the agency space, there's a lot of people preaching cash up front, which can work in some exceptions. Most people, they're spending that money, come to month 2, they're left, and you're on a rat race, running round and around and around and around. And there's so much more pressure to perform because somebody has just laid out 6, 7, 8 grand. Opposed to the other option is you're an MRR. So you're charging somebody one fee, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, whatever it might be. That month, if you perform, and the next month you go in, you're getting paid again. Benefits of MRR, except for the fact it's more stable, you're not going up and down, you're not relying on new business every single day to get the money in, is it forces you to make sure your product works and your service works. When you PIF, one or two things happen. If you've got a shit service, they're disputing, or 2, it actually hides a shit service. Like I say, if someone's too nice to dispute because you've got a super solid guarantee and you're basically scamming someone, they won't go in, they won't ask for their money back, they'll just keep going on. And your service will be collapsing in the back end because you're always running a churn and burn of money in the top and out the bottom. You pay a lot more for ads if you're piffing, obviously, and things as well sometimes. So, yes, that's the downsides of it. Most people use it to hide a shitty agency, a shitty model, a shitty service that they need to actually hide up with paid in fulls and cash in the front end to actually keep things afloat. Have a bad sales month, you're in the red, it's not looking good. Other option, MRR. The benefit you have on that side of it is obviously you're getting cash through the door. It's in small amounts, but it's consistent. Whatever you got this month, you've got next month, provided you do a good service. In my opinion, if you don't do a good service, come to month 2, you don't deserve that client. I know, obviously, whatever you want to sort of say is like, hey, just take the money, let's just think of us, get ourselves a Lambo, get ourselves a Rolex, whatever it might be. But the fact of the matter is, if you're not delivering a service to someone, you don't deserve to be paid on that side of it, in my opinion. So as you come into the MRR, it's a much more scalable model. It allows you to build up slowly, gradually, but stably. Now, the way that we do it is a little bit different. So we do a retainer model and things, and we also do a cash bonus depending on how much we upsell. So a lot of our clients are performance only, which is like MRR to the max, where we only get paid if we qualify. Yes, it's a lot more stressful. There's a lot more headaches going about it, but we know that every single month we have to find a way to improve our service, improve our product, so that we're actually able to go in and we're able to deliver a service that we need. The benefits of that, your churn's much lower. Your dispute rates are nearly non-existent because if someone isn't happy, they just leave that month. But I said, it's a kick in the teeth because you lose them. But at the end of the day, you're then learning what you need to improve the service. So like I said, 1, PIF sucking, just because obviously it gives you an illusion. I said, you hit 100K MRR, 150K, 200K, 250, 350, whatever it might be. You've hit that once. Is it sustainable? 9 times out of 10, no, because everyone's back-end service sucks. Their operations suck. It needs work. Front end, who cares? You can sell ice to an Eskimo. Doesn't really matter at the end of the day, So first side of it, those ones are terrible. I said, all you're relying on and your revenue numbers are based on PIFs, you're talking out your ass. Just push them to the side, focus on your MRR. Second, I said, MRR, much better option. MRR with cash bonuses on deliverables, even better. So if you're charging someone $1,000, but you have an agreement with them, if you're an appointment setting agency for landscapers, or appointment setting agency in the med spa niche, or if you're working with estate agents, real estate, whatever you want to sort of call it, and you have a guarantee, hey, if we hit 15 clients this month, there's a $500 cash bonus at the end of the month. Use those as your PIFs. Say, hey, we had a really good month, we've had that, bump it up as a PIF. The only other option, if you are going to use PIFs, is wait until you have all of your base team costs. I'm talking about sort of software runnings, team runnings. We've got a team at the moment, about 25 people. We've got sort of 15 call center staff. We've got a few CSMs, onboarding, tech, whatever you sort of want to call it, about 20, 23, 25 at the moment. All of our money for sort of wages is covered by retainers, and all of the bonuses and the performance bonuses on top are just a bit of a juicy extra. So that's a much better option to have a look at. Go in, set yourself a retainer with a performance guarantee on the back end. That way you're getting cash come in. Now, if you want to do PIFs, here's a little bit of secret sauce I was saying at the end. If you want to do a PIF, make sure that client continues to generate money for you month to month, even if it's in a month they've PIFed. So for example, if we're looking at, the dental niche, for example, right? If you're in the dental niche, say you're selling Invisalign, super common, 100 people doing dental and things, PIF someone, sure, PIF them for 6K. But as part of your agreement, on top of the PIF, have either a performance management bonus at the end. So, hey, we're going to PIF you 6K up front, and that's for a guarantee of X, or it's for a minimum service level of Y. But if we hit in a month for you a certain number of bookings, 20 Invisalign cases, then we do a bonus on top and we charge you that month to your card automatically an extra $500, $1,000. Put it in, lower your PIF slightly, add a bit more on the back end. It incentivizes you to grow and improve your product and improve the service. If you're worried about doing that because you think you're going to lose money, your service is shit. You need to up your services. Look into back end, look into ops, look into a call center, look into AI, how to motivate call center staff, whatever you need to do. You shouldn't be worried thinking, hey, I need a PIF to actually guarantee cash. So that's one way. Bake in a performance bonus on that side of it. Your PIF's here, your performance bonus, if you hit it, it's paid out in full. Second way you can do it, it's the way that we've played around with before as well, is, I said, you do your PIF or your retainer, but you tie it to it. So we're performance only. So we do a retainer at the end of the month. So it's not really a retainer, even it's a performance bonus, the whole thing, right? If we hit a 10 guarantee, a 15 or a 20 guarantee, we get between $1,000 to $2,000. Throughout the month, we also collect additional cash in the back end through deposits, right? So say if we're dental, we might say, great, we're doing services, we're selling them for you. Don't pay us anything now, pay us at the end of the month. However, every single dental appointment we do for you, we're going to do $100 deposits. We know they're serious, and we're going to keep the $100. That way, you lower your retainer, it's less lump sums going out, and it's little bits that you collect on your side in real time to get cash flow into the business. So that's the secret sauce. I said those two options. If you're going to PIF, make sure you have something monthly that's going to bring you revenue in. So I said, whether it's a performance bonus if you hit a certain target, or whether it's a deposit collection basis or a pay on quote, whatever it might be. Your PIF is just there to get cash through the door, but you cannot rely on PIFs to run your business unless you like running a hamster wheel, you like stress coming through the door on that back end of it. So if you've got something different, drop in the comments. I'm happy to reply, go through it and things as well. But just in my opinion, PIFs, like I said, 9 times out of 10, they're just a way for somebody who runs a shitty agency to pump up their revenue numbers, go out, sell a guru course, start selling it. The real source, the real money, the real value, whatever you want to call it, comes from that monthly MRR coming through the door that you've proven, you've deserved, you've earned by actually having a decent service that actually works.